Alright ladies, I am just going to show you my application process because I've been having some questions when I've shared the Jamberry official application video. So I'm going to show you a couple things that I do that help solve a lot of the common problems customers have been writing me back with. And one of them, it's not because the Jamberry video is incorrect. I think there's just a couple of things that I'm going to slow down on the instructions on so you get a better idea of what they mean when they say that. So the first thing to do is to clean your nails. If you have nail polish on it, remove it unless you are planning on putting your wrap over your polish. In that case, let it dry to the touch and then follow the instructions. So the first thing I do is I use my cuticle pusher to push my cuticle back. And then you can take your alcohol wipe or just a cotton ball that has alcohol on it and clean your fingernail really well. Okay, and you just let that dry, use your mini heater for a minute. And I've already done all but my first two nails because I want to show you just kind of how to slow it down a little bit. And so I already know that for my pointer finger, this is the correct wrap size. And again, you're just looking at it, make sure there's a little bit showing on either side of your nail. And I like to cut mine on here rather than take it off first. And I use the flat edge of my orange stick to peel up the wrap so that I'm not touching it at all with my finger. Then you're going to take it and put it in front of the heater for about 3 to 5 seconds. And if you hadn't realized, my mini heater has been on this entire time, so it's very quiet and doesn't blow. So then I line the wrap up right center. And what I like to do is look at it from the top, and I look at it this way to make sure it looks straight and kind of judge whether I've got it on the center of my nail so that any nail that shows on either side is the same amount. Then I'm going to go ahead and push it with my thumb. And then I start at the bottom and you go up the center, and then on the left and right of the center. This helps keep any wrinkles out. So then I do the bottom near the cuticle, pushing left and right, and I just go back and forth with the cuticle purple pusher, and it gets rid of any wrinkles or puckering, and you just follow that up. Once you get to the tip of your nail doing that, you are going to go diagonal out to the corners of your nail. And sometimes then I go right back down and push down in towards like this to make sure it's really good and right pushed up underneath my cuticle. And then I check it out and make sure there's no wrinkles. I've got a little one right there, so I'm going to push that out. And then one of the keys here that you don't, that is important is after this step, when you've got it without wrinkles, you might need to tug on the ends a little bit. This nail of mine, just this one, for whatever reason, is curvier than the rest of my nails. So I usually have to smooth this one out more than I do my other nails to prevent wrinkles on here for whatever reason. My nails are shaped different. So then you take your little scissors and go ahead and trim the end off. You don't have to be super close. And now we're going to pause. We're not going to file it off yet. I'm going to go ahead and apply the wrap on this nail. And then when I'm done applying it on my next finger, I'm going to come back and file this. The great thing is I already know which one. I've already got it ready. And so my second nail always goes a little faster than my first one. And I've already cleaned and pushed my cuticle back on this finger, so I'm going to heat it. And for this side, I find it easiest if I have my wrap right on the center of the orange stick so it's perfectly straight, because I am right-handed. So I'm going to go ahead and push it on there. And again, just follow those directions up the center, on either side of the center first, and then the sides. So just move your way left and right up the sides, and then that diagonal push. Now I need to go back down and get it down there. Okay, so now that my other nail has had time to cool, I'm going to go ahead now and file it. And so you're just trying to take off, see that little flappy corner? You're trying to take off any excess. So the way that works best for me is to do a 90-degree angle with my Jamberry. And you start at the top and just go straight down. Part of just letting it cool is so that you are not moving the tip of the nail around at all while you're filing, while the adhesive is still warm. Okay? So you file it right off. And I'm trying to show you where, without the glare, there we go. It's that simple. One of the tricks, if you have a little bit shorter nails, or if you have had any problems with your tips peeling up, is to take, after this step, take your either your buffer or a softer nail file, and at a 45-degree angle then, so you're bending it a little bit towards your nail, is you're just gonna file it ever so lightly so that you're taking off just the tiniest bit of the Jamberry wrap off the top of your nail, so that you see just a little teeny bit of your fingernail that only you will notice. What this does is it helps prevent that if you're using your nails like this, or if you're playing an instrument like a guitar and you don't use a pick, this keeps the wrap from being the thing that gets caught or used, and it's your fingernail instead. So you can file that off at the 45-degree angle, and then your final step is to either just heat it again without anything and put more pressure on it to ensure a good seal and that that edge that you've just filed is sealed. Another option that works well too is to take a plastic baggie, hold it on tight around your finger like this, and then go ahead and heat that, and that is allowing the heat and pressure to apply at the same time. So then I would go and do the same thing. Now that this fingernail has cooled, I would go and do the same thing of filing off my edge and reheating it again for the second time. So I hope that is helpful, and I will see you guys later.